Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio. I am sweating right now because of how hot this room is, so I have to do this immediately. There we go. Oh, God. Oof. You have no idea how long I've been waiting to do that. Joining me, Will, Chucks, on this hot summer day. How you guys doing?
I'm superb. Yourself?
Hot. It is hot.
Yeah.
I am not superb.
Will's doing great. He's doing probably better than he's been doing in 30 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, I could say that. Yeah.
Is it because of the soccer stuff, right?
The soccer stuff.
Yeah.
The soccer stuff.
Well, I mean, I think that's given it too much importance. It's some soccer stuff. That soccer thing happened. It's not that big a deal. I think we should brush over it.
We should, really.
Yeah.
Why did his team crush your team?
I mean, crush is
Crush over a
it's a
period of a year.
They really dragged it out too with this whole Corona thing. Like, they couldn't just get it over with. They had to delay it for 3 months and then come back and oh yeah, remember how we're beating you.
I mean, that is pretty telling that they took 3 months off and still kicked your team's ass.
I mean, what were we gonna do?
What was the score?
We haven't played yet. That's the most annoying thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a league, so it's a. I'll say it's over the last year.
Yeah.
I see.
So they won the Bound for Glory series. We've still got some matches to fill in, including a match, with our teams next Thursday. I can't even remember. It's not a big deal.
It doesn't matter really, man.
It doesn't really matter now. Which would be, I mean, it would be nice if we could beat them, because then it would be like, yeah, sure you won the league, but you can't beat us. It just seems unlikely.
All right.
Yeah.
It's 2020. Nothing's unlikely.
Fair point.
Yeah, there's a.
But it's mostly bad things that are happening this year. Us beating them
Apart from
would
this
be a
week,
highlight.
this week was quite good. I should point out that, just for Smoot's benefit, Liverpool, my team, 30 years ago were like the team, and then we weren't shit for 30 years, and now we've won it again for the first time in 30 years. So it's quite a big deal.
It's long overdue, really.
Yeah. We've won other things in between, but not quite as big as this.
Yeah.
Although some would say the Champions League is bigger.
Who cares about the Champions? Yeah, I can only get so annoyed by it, given it's not like Liverpool have completely fallen off for 30 years. They've always been decent. And like, if Arsenal could do it.
Well, I don't know. There were a couple of seasons where we were like, what's happening here?
Well, yeah, that happens. We know all of that. 30 years haven't been kind to us either. The last 10, excellent.
At least you guys have sports over there. They're talking about like starting basketball up, and I don't know. It just seems like every new day is like there's like more cases of COVID going around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
No.
I hear the celebrations in Liverpool got a bit crazy.
Yeah, they did. We decided to ignore all possible advice, and everyone ended up. I mean, on the night it happened, basically, well, just for clarification, on the night it happened, we didn't actually play. It was two other teams, and if
it was two other teams,
and a
significant failure by one of them allowed the title to go to the other side without them even needing to play for it.
That was Chuck's team, mate.
Never am.
So we didn't actually play, but when the other result went our way, people started gathering at our ground, our stadium. Which they were told not to, but I can kind of understand that because, as I say, we waited 30 years for it.
Yeah, it's a big event.
And there was, I think they said there was 2,000 people, which, considering the stadium can hold 40,000, well, more now, 60,000. It wasn't a massive amount of people, really. But then the next day, everyone went into the city centre and basically caused chaos. Last night.
Did they trash the? I heard they trashed the city.
It
really
wasn't that bad. No, it wasn't. There's one area. You've been to Liverpool, haven't you?
Yeah, I didn't really get. I don't know the area that well, but I've been through it.
Did you get down to the pier head?
No.
No, it's basically right in front of the lava buildings. It's not that big. I'd probably say there was a couple of they're saying there was 10,000 people, but you wouldn't get 10,000 people in there. But apparently they caused a little bit of damage around there, but the reports that they wrecked the city is a bit over the top.
Right.
I didn't agree with the lava buildings. I'm sure you've heard of them. You've seen them.
Yeah.
They about 3 or 4 years ago they were bought by the same guy that now owns Everton.
Oh, right.
So, every now and then they lit up in lights depending on what's going on. A few weeks ago they were done in the rainbow colours and.
Oh God! Don't say they turned them blue.
Well, they were done up in red on the night that we won the league, which is fair enough. And then today was Armed Forces Day, so they changed them to red, white, and blue.
Hey.
But then, well, yeah. So the top half of where the actual lava beds are, were in blue light. And the idiots that were down there causing chaos took offence to this.
Uh-oh.
How you take offence to a light? I don't know.
It's the wrong color.
So they started.
People are getting very touchy about different colours these days.
Well, yeah. So they started aiming fireworks at it. Which did absolutely nothing.
Oh no shit! You can't change light with other light. Flash a firework at it.
Apparently, a firework did go slightly astray and cause a small fire on a little small balcony, which apparently was out in minutes. But then Twitter went mad then, saying apparently, I was watching the Twitter feed as it was happening. The Twitter feed came up says Liverpool fans set fire to the lava building. And it was just
technically true.
Well, but I mean, it shouldn't have happened. It was a bit of a chaotic mess, but hopefully they've learnt the lesson now and they won't do it again.
Not for another 30 years, anyway.
Well, apparently they are planning to, when it's safe and we can actually do it, they are putting plans in to do a victory parade.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has to happen.
I think Jurgen Klopp said, he interviewed Jurgen Klopp and he said, I don't care if it's in the middle of next season, we're going to do it whenever we can do it.
Yeah, of course.
Which would be kind of funny if we're like 10 games in and we're getting a Premier League parade. But we're going to get the trophy in an empty stadium, which is going to be weird. But...
I know it. That's got to suck. I can at least feel sympathetic for that. That's
I think we should let. I mean, Kenny Dalglish was at Anfield the other night when we played. Mm-hmm. I know he's like an ambassador for the club, so I don't know. Maybe they could at least let some of the old guys in and obviously sit them apart and wherever. Plus, by then the social distancing thing is going to be down to a meter, so
yeah,
it won't be as bad. But
Do you know when the presentation's all going to be? Is it the last game or the next
they
game?
said the last time. I think we're getting to
Last.
Chelsea. Quite funny.
Oh man, don't take them lightly.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, the game we play against you next week. You've just gotta hope we've been on the piss all week.
That's basically, yeah. Or that Klopp decides it doesn't matter anymore. Let's just play the kids.
Yeah, he might do. Yeah. He was
Something tells me he's
on.
still going to take this one seriously, and then after this, doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. You see, he didn't know about the Guard of Honor.
No?
He was getting interviewed on the day after, and someone said, "Are you going to enjoy the Guard of Honor?" And he was like, "What's that?" When someone explained it to him, he was like, "Oh, that'd be cool." He said, "So Man City, you've got to give us a Guard of Honor." He said, "Yeah." Well, they haven't got to, but they likely will. And he said,
Yeah,
"Oh, that'll be cool."
I think that's an important thing to remember. We don't have to do it.
No.
If we do, it's because we're magnanimous and interfere. We're taking the high road.
Oh. So
I'm
wrestling.
in a good mood anyway. That's generally the feeling behind that.
Okay. Did you guys watch any of the Raw SmackDown this past week?
I've seen Raw. God knows why, but I did.
I've just caught up on SmackDown just before we came on, and there's like nothing to it.
Yeah.
It's all Undertaker recaps.
Yeah.
And
I heard that.
one kind of storyline throughout where Jeff Hardy doesn't like King Corbin now for some reason.
Shocker.
Yeah. That's basically SmackDown.
Yeah, wasn't it like hastily rewritten because everyone's got COVID now?
Yeah, that was the other part of it, was the fact that at least, what was it? Somebody said it was like around 30 people. I heard anywhere between like 24 to 30 people tested
Yeah,
positive.
I had 12.
Yeah. There's a lot. It surprisingly, not many details have leaked out, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. But
yeah.
Apparently, the WWE has now started to do testing since this outbreak of highly positive people.
Highly positive people? You mean the New Day?
Overly positive, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, since a lot of people tested positive, they're now doing actual testing. And one of the people that tested positive was Renee Young, who revealed on Twitter, I think on Wednesday after Dynamite, saying that not only was her show canceled, but she also tested positive for COVID. What a week. And it's what can you say about it?
Did not then cause Moxley to pull out of AEW?
Yeah.
Well, that's what kind of started it.
It's probably best I don't come in.
That's probably what started it. He said that he was in contact of somebody who was in contact of somebody testing positive. And he was upfront about it, told Tony Khan, hey, I can't come in. I might, be exposed to this. Which, ironically enough, in 2 weeks, that's when Night 2 of Fyter Fest happened. So if he's still good to go, or not, I mean, his match with Brian Cage is, up in the air, which is probably not the most important thing right now. But
well, the story I heard was that Renee had some symptoms. She was feeling rough. They both got tested, and she had it. He didn't.
They didn't.
But still said, yeah, probably best I stay away for a while. So as long as he doesn't now get it, which it's been a few days, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Maybe he can make it for that second night.
Yeah.
Apparently Renee's feeling better.
Yeah.
That's something.
Yeah. And also I've also heard that nobody like Triple H, Vince, Kevin Dunn contacted me. Which, if that's true, holy shit.
Yeah, it's a bit shitty.
And yet not at all surprising.
Yeah. So that was the kind of the the big story that kind of kicked off of this week.
You know, the story that didn't kick off as much as I thought it would?
What?
Matt Riddle was still on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Completely fine. He's just like doing his bro thing.
Yeah. Velveteen Dream was in a car accident, and he was released from the hospital, and he's still, for all we know,
Might have another release coming up soon.
Yeah, he's still employed.
Yeah.
It's not the exact release people were expecting, but yeah. Yeah, I don't. I'm surprised that they featured him a second week in a row, knowing what we know now after the whole speaking out stuff. But
I've missed something. There was Velveteen Dream being accused of stuff.
Oh yeah,
You've
Really?
missed a lot.
yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah,
Okay.
Not the first time either.
yeah.
Oh wow. Jeez.
He was, what was it, sliding into the DMs of somebody that was like underage that he kind of knew was underage,
Ooh.
Yeah.
to put it mildly.
There was one that came out like a few weeks ago, a month or two, where he was sending some kind of inappropriate things to some 17-year-old guy. I don't know. In some states, that's legal anyway. If it was here, that would be legal anyway. A 17-year-old guy, whatever.
Yeah,
Still
well,
dodgy. He should know better.
You can't make that.
Yeah,
argument
I'm not
these days.
gonna get too outraged by that. And now it's like, oh no, there's more. It turns out he didn't just draw the line there.
Yeah, not isolated.
No, it's far from isolated. If it's to be believed.
Hmm.
Oh well.
That's a shame because he's pretty good in the ring, isn't he? But
Yeah, he's charismatic as hell, which is lacking these days.
Yeah.
yeah, I always thought he'd. Well, obviously you never know what's going to happen when they get to the main roster, but I always thought he'd be one of them to actually succeed. But
He seems to be just about the best thing that the Performance Center has managed to make.
Yeah.
Obviously they bring in everyone who's already great, but as like a WWE made creation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know about that, but yeah, if he's done, I mean, I say it's a shame, but if he's done wrong, then fair enough. Get out.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. Let's look into it.
Yeah. The yeah, that happened. There's also, just going back to the COVID stuff for a second. Apparently, this was, I guess, yesterday or a couple days ago. WWE did not like the COVID results they got back from the Raw roster and had those talents retested, which I think is probably as a WWE thing as it could get. Because I could totally see Vince being like, "No, test him again, pal. Those results are bullshit."
Yeah, you can actually.
You know? So it's just I don't know what WWE's gonna do. On SmackDown, I saw that they still had people in the audience. I don't know when that show was taped. It might have been like last week or so.
It was noticeably minimal. Like
Yeah.
the number of people you saw across the show, very, very, very few. Skeleton Crew, and then it was just all video packages. They replayed the whole Boneyard match.
Yeah.
That was like a
Cover
good
it.
quarter to a third of the show. It was like, and
Yeah.
then loads of video packages of big names talking about Undertaker. So it was kind of that. Corbin, Jeff Hardy. There was an 8-man tag that was all right, and that's about it. Oh, there's a women's match as well. There's a women's tag.
Yeah, where was it? Nikki Cross wins the opportunity to face
There's a 4-way. Yeah.
Bailey at Extreme Rules, which apparently is now dubbed The Horror Show. Which that tagline came out like around the same time as the whole like roster or whatever tested positive, or the crew.
Well, when I read that, I assumed that because I read about the match with forgot his name now. Strowman and Wyatt.
Oh God, that was another thing that happened. Jesus.
Well, I read they made a match for Extreme Rules, so I assumed they were calling it the horror show.
They're calling
And
that
it was-
the Wyatt Swamp match.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Where's the horror show come from? That's gotta be an in joke.
Also,
When I heard that, they're calling it the horror show. And it's not October already, is it?
right?
I've been locked down for a while and I lost track of time. What the hell?
Also, that match is going to be non-titled.
Well, that means Wyatt's winning.
Yeah.
Probably. This seems like another cinematic match after,
Yeah.
all the brouhaha of the previous ones.
That's fine.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I just don't like the horror show tagline. I think it's poorly bad taste given what's happening right now, as well as I don't know, it just doesn't seem appropriate. So
That new logo with the neon green and purple and the Extreme Rules with the big X, it
Yeah.
looks so mid-90s.
it does, yeah. See if I can find it here. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know why the horror show. What's
There we go. Here's what it looks like. Ta-da! I haven't seen it before. July 19th. I canceled my network subscription yesterday before they could bill me today. So I was like, haha, I gotcha. And yeah, upon doing so, I should have took screen caps of this. It asked me 3 different times, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
And each time, the option where it was no, can't, never mind, I want to keep my subscription. That was the main option that was highlighted, and the cancel option was
Tiny.
yeah, kind of, yeah. Didn't have a
Tiny,
highlight.
gray,
They really wanted me to stick around, and this is
yeah.
this is the first time. Actually, yeah, literally the first time in about 6 years. I think it said I was a subscriber for till what was it, April 2014 when it came out, something like that, 2015.
Yeah, something like that.
So
I quit once because there was a big thing. Everyone said I quit, and on the way out they offered me 3 free months. I tried it too, and it's 3 months, and it's on all of the message boards everywhere. It's if you quit now, they'll give you 3 free months. So I did it. Nothing. I said, see ya.
ha!
What? Then I had to just resubscribe again.
What a troll job.
Didn't actually want to go. Quite like Table for 3.
I'll probably resubscribe later on down the road, but man, the product is just, it's not there. When you have something that's when you're calling something the horror show, when your employees are testing positive for a pretty serious virus that there's no vaccine for, I'm out. I'm sorry. At least,
Yeah.
I think that's probably the one thing AEW has down pat. They seem to be ahead of the curve with the whole, people in the audience, the outdoor venue, putting on a good show despite the abnormal circumstances, being upfront with their talent and viewers, things like that, So, just my opinion.
Yeah, certainly seems that way.
Strange, isn't it, how they seem so much more professional just by not hiding it?
Yeah.
You don't want to have to go on about it, sure, but you say, by the way, all these people have been tested, everything's great. Oh, cool, okay. Or, there's a few weeks where half of the roster isn't there, and then they come back, and it's, well, these guys were tested, and they're fine, and here they are. WWE doesn't mention anything about it. It's all these weird kind of creepy, what's the circumstances?
Uncertain
Uncertain
times.
circumstances,
Unprecedented.
unprecedented. So yeah, Everything's a bit kind of creepy phrasing, and they never actually talk about it.
Yeah.
And it all just seems like, oh man, I don't know what I'm watching here.
Well, he said that, was it this week? Vince, some kind of conference call he was on, and he said they do it on purpose because they want to take people out of the real world for a couple of hours a night and stuff. And
They want to, but
I
there's
get
only
that,
so much you can do.
Exactly.
You
And
could,
we know it's there.
You could
We
still
know they're
do
dealing
that.
with it.
Yeah. Everybody is. I mean, you
So
can still.
if you say, this is what we've done, now here's the show, then it's, okay, now I can kind of put that out of my mind. Whereas with them, it's, why are you hiding it? It's so obvious everywhere. There's no one around. You've got a few people behind perspex. There's like shining, glaring perspex glass everywhere.
God, yeah, the plexiglass doesn't seem to be helping.
No.
Well, that's another thing.
Just say it.
That's another thing is if the AEW talent is testing negative for the show, they can obviously, be there and hang out and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Like up until this point, we didn't know that nobody said anything about WWE, was testing or not. We all were just assuming that they weren't, and it seemed like that was the case. And up until, like I said, this recent outbreak, now they're actually testing their talent. So when you have people that are basically getting like a forehead check, from what I've heard, just like a temperature, screening. Hey, you feel fine? Yeah, I feel great. That's not really a good measure of indicator of whether or not they're testing positive for a deadly virus. It's just, I don't know. Like I said, I think you nailed it on the head. Like AEW seems to be way more professional, and just you don't have to bullshit people. That's the thing. It just seems like there's like a charade that they're just going through.
Mm.
Like, we know there's uncertain times, but we can't say the reason because we don't want to realize, like, hey, this is the reality that we live in right now. So, it
does help that the show's better too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole plexiglass thing, I don't get that because you can't tell me that's providing any kind of protection.
It makes for cool spots, but yeah,
it looks good, yeah, but I don't know. I think it's there to make it look like they're doing something. So if you're just a casual fan, or you're not even a fan, you just switch over. You say, what are WWE doing in the COVID crisis? Oh look, they've got barriers up. That's good.
What is this you sent me here?
It's that thing that came out a few days ago. How
from Wrestling Inc.
talent and staff have been forbidden to tell anyone about not being tested. Where's the line here? Yes, it was true that Kevin Dunn did not allow fans to wear masks and made a scene twice over the PA not to wear masks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right over here, right down there. Wow. Yeah, that's not good. I wonder, you think Kevin Dunn's still going to be around if if Vince is out of the picture?
I've heard been so many years now.
Yeah,
I heard many years ago when Triple H was first kind of being talked about as stepping up to be the next guy, that Kevin Dunn was not one of his guys.
Yeah.
And like when Vince is gone, he's basically gone. But I don't know now. It's been so long that I don't know if things have changed.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin, he's been there forever, right? He's got to be getting on. How old is Kevin Dunn now?
Yeah, he's going to be a little bit old now. I mean, he's wasn't that long. Didn't he sell a load of stock quite recently?
So many of them have, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe he's planning for it. Maybe he's getting his house in order, as they say. Making sure he's got something to live off.
So his father was also producer. So learning the ropes of TV, Dunn was fired. He was hired full-time by Vince in 1984.
So long ago.
So I mean, even if he was young then, that's nearly 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Just to follow up on the Kevin Dunn story, Mike Killam, friend of the show, I guess, put out a tweet saying, "Let me get this straight. So Kevin Dunn told extras at the Performance Center not to wear masks, and WWE is forbidding talent from telling anyone about their own personal medical diagnosis. I'm sorry, aren't these people supposed to be independent contractors?" Good point.
Yeah.
And then Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com chimed in saying, Dunn was a vocal a couple weeks ago about COVID not being a big deal. Yeah, how does this dude still have a job? How does Kevin Dunn still have a job within WWE?
See, that report about them being told about.
If that story is true, I should.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The story that apparently Kevin Dunn wasn't happy with the masks. Apparently, I'm not saying, I don't know who's not telling the truth. I don't know, or someone's got the wrong end of the stick somewhere. Apparently, someone told John Alba that he didn't.
Oh, really?
That never happened. Yeah, no one said anything about masks.
Huh.
They could wear a mask if they wanted to. They just chose not to.
They should wear a mask.
So
they should wear, especially as much of a cesspool Florida is right now, with everybody testing positive. Wear a mask.
I mean, I think that was about a week ago. So whether or not this has happened since, I don't know. But...
Yeah. Also,
I mean,
Jamie
don't get me wrong,
producer.
I can see Kevin Dunn having a bit of a moment about it and kicking off about it. It's the kind of thing that would happen. So.
Jamie Noble,
So,
WWE producer, tested positive. Caleb
he's
Braxton,
got,
who
apparently she's had it
Twitter.
twice.
Yeah, this is her second time.
She said she's had it twice. Yeah.
Renee Young, as we mentioned before, and Adam Pearce, just some of the few names. Yeah, not good. Not good at all.
Speaking of not good, have either of you seen SmackDown? That Braun Strowman promo, man.
No.
I have not. I have not watched SmackDown in weeks, or Raw. Like I've been kind of taking a sabbatical.
If you haven't seen Raw either, Will, you saw Raw, right? You said you've seen Raw.
I've seen Raw. Yeah.
You know Dominic Mysterio.
Oh God.
Yes.
What did you think about his acting skills?
Yeah, it wasn't the best, was it?
No, it wasn't the best. But he's, I don't know, 20 whatever, and he's not really involved in the business yet. So I can kind of forgive it a bit. Braun Strowman is even worse. Going on and on about how Bray Wyatt, I don't know, he was like, tried to make out with a snake or something, and the snake bit him, and then that's when he realized that Bray was the devil, and he enjoyed doing the devil's bidding for a while, and something, and everything was so like I've said it then in recap form with more emotion than Strowman could manage. That's when I realized Bray Wyatt is the devil. No, even that's too much. Even that's too good. He's so bad.
Yeah.
It's bad enough when he only ever says, "Get these hands," but at least then it's short. You have to see this promo.
Yeah, it's barely mentioned in the SmackDown web results here. We got the ladies match there. New Day against Miz and Morrison, and Jeff Hardy and King Corbin. That's it. No mention of Dominic Mysterio whatsoever. So thank you, Brad Zach. Appreciate that. For the quick hits.
No, SmackDown. Mysterio was on Raw.
Oh, was it on Raw? Okay,
Dominic. No, Strowman was on SmackDown. So there's
Yeah,
one terrible promo on each show.
Sorry. Let's see. Oh, there's Dominic. Okay.
Yeah.
My mistake. Let's see here real quick. Then we'll get into the prediction game and get on out of here. Dolph Ziggler challenged WWE champion Drew McIntyre for Extreme Rules. Which, by the way, double contract signing for Monday. Not just one, but two. Drew McIntyre and Ziggler, and I think Asuka and whoever she's going up against. I think is the other.
Sasha.
Yeah, it might be Sasha. I can't. I'll double check that in just a sec here and make sure that's correct.
That sounds like the start of a mixed tag team match, player.
Oh no! Jackson, Charlotte Flair brawled. Raw Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits defeated the Viking Raiders. Yeah, I heard this was like a 3-minute match, by the way.
Yeah, it was really short.
Like weeks after weeks of all these like vanity sports and whatnot, and they end it with a 3-minute match. Incredible.
Mm-hmm.
There's Asuka and Charlotte Flair as well. Akira Tozawa defeated R-Truth to become the 24/7 champion. Nice.
Oh, speaking of Akira Tozawa, I've got. I forgot about this last week.
What, a Backlash?
No. From Raw last week, Samoa Joe was asked on commentary by Tom Phillips or whatever, how would you handle a ninja fight? How would you guys handle a ninja fight? By the way, before we get into how Samoa Joe would.
Oh no.
How would you go? Would you I don't know, grab a weapon or find some backups, find some friends, or just run away maybe?
I'd probably just run, yeah.
Run away. I think that's probably a good one, especially when you've got that giant ninja there. You don't want anything to do with him. Samoa Joe said, and I don't know where this comes from, I'd take apart the power structure from the inside, then never speak of it again to avoid legal prosecution.
Ha! From TNA. That's pretty great.
Where's the TNA link there?
Didn't Samoa Joe get kidnapped by ninjas one time?
He got kidnapped by ninjas.
Oh, really?
And then just showed up again with some weird tattoo on his face. And yeah, never talked about it.
Yeah, he had that penis tattoo, and then that was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't think of any examples, but Samoa Joe says some weird things on commentary. He's like the modern day Lawler. I mean, Lawler just speaks gibberish and slightly offensive things. But...
So much better, though. King was great a while, 30 years ago, whatever.
20, 30 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, 20, 30 years ago, he was great for what he was, but that time has long since passed.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got Samoa Joe there for a while now.
It looks like he is going to be there for a while, isn't he? Can't see anyone replacing him.
It's a shame because he's such a great wrestler too.
Well, that's it.
He's not really ready to lose him in the ring yet. But, whenever that time comes, he has to move over to the announce booth.
Is he still injured, or is he just not wrestling?
I think it's a concussion in it, so it kind of takes as long as it takes.
You could kind of do with him in the main title picture.
Really good. So what's there was something recently about Brock Lesnar not renewing contract or something, or being taken off the website, or I can't even remember what it was.
Oh,
have you heard anything about that?
It was something like Terry Runnels said something how Brock Lesnar apparently flashed her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, supposedly.
And so they're just hiding from him for a while.
Yeah, but the main story I think was from The Sun, which.
It's got to be true then.
Yeah. Not sure how credible of a source that is. So.
Generally not at all, but
yeah.
They actually cover wrestling, which is kind of strange for a UK perspective.
Yeah, they do actually.
They mentioned it over there, and I think the New York Post or something like that picked it up, and I was like, really? It's crazy. But yeah, if there's any sort of substantial evidence behind that, then that might be why he's not on the website. If that is the case.
Didn't even really hear much about the story, but it sounded like he wasn't coming back anytime soon.
I mean, he lives in Canada. Do you want to be coming back to Florida during a pandemic? He doesn't
anyway.
Oh yeah.
No. Well, in the plan, it's going to be him and McIntyre at SummerSlam.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, COVID pending. Like, so.
What's this? I've got to look up this story now, see if I can find anything about it. We have some predictions to go to.
Yeah, just real quick. Your boy Dave Meltzer.
Oh yeah, what's he done now?
Said that
I'm legit 3 weeks behind on all of his stuff.
Vince McMahon and WWE had been planning to resume live episodes of Raw and SmackDown with regular fans at the end of July.
I'm literally just reading.
Yeah, WWE was reportedly looking into running shows at the RP Funding Center in Lakeland, Florida. Venue, which is located between Orlando and Tampa, can hold up to 8,000 people, but the idea is that it would have limited attendance with social distancing. Florida's recent spike in COVID-19 cases could delay plans, with Meltzer noting the following, saying, quote, "Last word is that may be pushed to August, but the July dates were originally set to be announced this coming week before Vince McMahon was determined to be the first person to run a live indoor sports event with a crowd."
Of course he is.
So there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Go
can't see it happening this.
Yeah, no. With all the recent spikes in Florida and other places as well, I don't see that happening.
There's more chances than doing shows over here.
I think you have a better chance of WrestleMania happening.
I think we do. We generally, I think Chuck, it might actually happen. I think we've actually got a decent chance now.
Oh man. Yeah, we can get into the prediction here. Hold on.
So I have. I've got a story about Lesnar. I have a feeling it might be an old video.
Oh.
But there's a video of him quitting.
I remember this. Yeah, this was on Tout.
This is Tout.
They actually like WWE removed this after.
I do remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, let's even cut to it.
Like how red he is and how pale his eyebrows are. What's going on there?
Let's play this.
I came here and accomplished everything that I said I was going to do. There's nothing left for me here to conquer. I'm leaving the WWE, and I'm never coming back.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself. Dude, you want to talk about wooden acting? Like right there is a primary case of wooden acting. I'm leaving the WWE and never coming back. Unbelievable.
It's still not as bad as Strowman.
Oh. But yeah, that was back in the Tout days. I forgot about Tout. Holy shit.
Tout?
Yeah. I don't even think they have it. Like, the website still exists, but I don't think it's the same website that you think.
No, I don't think it's just the same thing anymore.
Oh, I'm
under construction.
Never mind. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, really?
Tout.com. There you go. Oh man. Wow.
Because I think it changed into like a media provider, didn't it? Instead of, I'm guessing.
Tout website.
It's not anymore.
Current status inactive. Yeah. Wow. Oh wow! They even the Wikipedia page here. Look at this. Brock Lesnar used the service to announce his kayfabe retirement in August 2012. The WWE partnership with the company expired in 2014, and they stopped using it afterwards. Damn.
Dissolved in 2019.
Yeah, dissolved. Crazy. So yeah, if you want the Tout website, go for it. It's readily available.
crazy.
All right. Well,
All right.
let's get into the predictions for AEW next week here.
So we've got 2 weeks of Fyter Fest. It's not actually a pay-per-view, so I don't really know it should be on the prediction game, but let's do it anyway.
I mean, we did one last year.
Yeah,
still-
Fyter Fest was a pay-per-view last year.
Yeah, it's still technically it's a pay-per-view name.
It's a pay-per-view name. It's listed here as a series of professional wrestling television special episodes.
Okay. Well.
That counts.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
I know.
So,
on that basis, should we not be doing the Great American Bash?
that's NXT, right?
Yeah.
Whoops. Wrong one. I don't know.
We don't really do NXT, do we?
No, we don't really. Yeah. NXT is like the Bush Leagues.
We can have a look at it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we could like make predictions, but I don't think we'll keep track of them on the spreadsheet there. If that's what you mean.
But that is the thing. As soon as they announced this 2-week Fyter Fest, NXT said, "Oh, what a coincidence! We
Yeah.
happen to be doing Great American Bash on those days."
It's almost as if it's too big for just one night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going off the concept of, like, if WrestleMania was like a TV special, I think we would still do predictions because it's WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Like
even if it was
a
the
precedent has been set.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
I don't know.
If we did TNA still, then that would be kind of questionable.
Yeah.
Luckily we don't. So I guess we'll do predictions for night 1 this week and then night 2 next week, right? We don't really need to do it all now.
If you want to do that, I mean, a lot can happen in a week. I mean, that's fine. I do have night 2 ready. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, we do have the
That's what it looks
matches here.
like.
Are they doing them as separate nights, or are they just
Yeah.
doing them? Right, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
apparently
should do 'em.
there are 2 separate cards here.
Are they both going to be live?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I think we should do them chronologically. If that's a word.
It is, chronologically is a word. Imagine if it wasn't and you just made it up.
This is be great, wouldn't it?
Where did that come from? So, night 1 is only 5 matches long, and it has most of the title matches involved, just not the world title. So, still pretty big in its own right. Let's start off with tag match: Private Party versus Santana and Ortiz. Private Party apparently have Matt Hardy in their corner.
Yeah.
I don't know which Matt Hardy. One of them.
A version of Matt Hardy. Yeah. I don't know exactly what they're doing with the Private Party and the whole, like, which one? There was one that was, like, kind of feigning an injury lately. Let's see, hold on. I think it's Mark Quinn, if I'm not mistaken here. Hold on. Let's see here. Hold on. Hang on. Yeah. I think Mark Quinn was the one that was, Nope. Yeah, no, it is.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he, the last match that he had, that from what I remember on Dynamite, it involved him, like, feigning a leg injury, and then, FTR showed up. So, I don't know what they did with the angle. I don't know if he's still injured, kayfabe-wise, or what, but, I think I'm gonna go with Santana and Ortiz here. Because they've been kind of quiet lately. Oh, whoops, hold on, it's coming in purple. Let me fix that. But yeah, I'm going with Santana and Ortiz. The best. There you go.
Will?
I don't know. I've not been keeping up with anything.
Shame. What are you, beans?
I know, shocking. I'll go with Private Party and not Hardy, because it rhymes. Hardy and Party. Party and Hardy. Party.
Hardy Party.
Okay. The Hardy Party, yeah.
Remember when they did that? when Matt was the ECW champion?
Oh,
He
God.
kept going on about the Hardy Party every week. I think, was Jeff the
Trying to
SmackDown
forget
champion, maybe? Private Party for me too. I just seem to think that they're doing more with them, which
That's
isn't
fine.
saying a lot. Another tag. We have more tags here. Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy Luchasaurus. I'm guessing Marco Stunt will be there with him. Versus MJF and Wardlow.
I think, I don't know, MJF gotta stay on that winning streak, I feel. So I think him and Wardlow. Unless this might be where, they start teasing like a split between MJF and Wardlow.
They have teased it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not very much, but Wardlow's looked kind of annoyed with him a couple of times.
So this might be one where I think they still win, but maybe something gets a little bit fractured.
So in case you hear any noises, it's not gunshots. Someone's out on the fireworks.
Oh, that's fine. I understand.
So I've got Jurassic Express. Wardlow just beat Luchasaurus this week, so it kind of seems right to give Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy a big win.
Yeah.
MJF beat Jungle Boy last time on the
Yeah, I think it's
whatever that last pay-per-view was.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. There's some kind of miscommunication. Wardlow takes the pin, so MJF is protected. Everyone's happy.
Will.
I don't know again. I'm gonna have this trouble a lot here.
The dinosaur guy team or the other team without the dinosaur?
I'll go with the dinosaur team.
All right, Jurassic. Okay. Well, I think I just gave up a point on that. I feel.
You never know. Let's stick with the tag theme. We've got the tag titles on the line here. The Best Friends challenging Kenny Omega and Adam Page, who are now more friendly than they used to be. Not they're best friends, but they're at least acquaintances.
Okay. I kind of want to go with Best Friends because I feel like Omega and Page have had the titles for a long time, and they haven't been exactly seeing eye to eye. This might be where like a miscommunication could cause like a rift here, and then Best Friends end up being tag champs, and then somehow that incorporates with Orange Cassidy in some way that I haven't thought about later, up until this point.
They have held the belts for 5 months, if that helps.
5 months.
5 months is it's a pretty long time.
It is. It's almost half a year,
It is almost half a year.
which is almost about the same amount of time that we have in 2020.
They won them on the cruise.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So if they won it on the cruise, maybe they're saving. Maybe they're saving it for a big time. This seems like something that they would like save a title change for when there's actual fans. Against my better judgment, I'll go with Omega and Page to retain.
I'll do that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least you're all with me on that one.
Yeah, me too. I think they're actually doing something with Omega and Page not hating each other now. Seems like a strange time to end that, whatever that storyline is.
Yeah.
best friends aren't exactly on fire right now. So
Yeah.
that's fine. The women's title, Hikaru Shida is defending against Penelope Ford.
Sheeta. She just recently got it. Not to
Changed that women's title quite a lot though.
Yeah, that's true. Not to downplay Penelope Ford. I mean, I think
4 months, 3 months. She's had it for a month now.
I think she's gonna hold on to it for a while. I think they might be teasing like something with Nyla Rose as like a rematch or something later on.
Yeah, could be.
So this just seems like a filler match for just to fill a card and basically, have Sheeta retain overall, in my opinion. So you're going with that as well, Chucks?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me.
Will?
Yeah, the one that just won it.
Okay.
She's not losing it. No.
Agreed. And then that's the main event already. The TNT Championship. Cody is defending against Jake Hager.
Jake Hagar. Jericho likes to sometimes
The Big Hurt.
The Big Hurt. No, that's somebody else for the Nugenics commercial, I believe.
Why do they have to call it Nugenics?
I don't know.
It's got such bad connotations. It sounds so much like eugenics.
Yeah. I think I could see this one going like a real long time. Like maybe 30, 45 minutes, something like that. Somewhere around there.
Wow.
I think Cody still retains though, because it seems like they might be teasing like a heel turn with him in the championship. And
With Cody, yeah, he does keep holding up his 4 fingers.
Oh. And it's the one championship that he can obviously have because, that whole stipulation he can't fight for the AEW title.
Yep.
I don't mind seeing him in matches for the TNT Championship. I'd like the title to be complete at some point. Maybe add a little bit of gold detailing or something, or nickel plating, as they alluded to on Dynamite. Yeah, I think he's still walking out as the champ.
Cody for you.
Yeah, Cody's up.
Me too. Hagar has had a good run, but I don't think Cody's losing it so soon.
Alright, there you go.
And that is it. That's it for week 1.
You sure you don't want to do night 2?
We're doing a show next week, so...
Alright.
Yeah, I don't.
That's fine.
It'll happen in a week.
Alright, that's fine. So, there you go. Fyter Fest this Wednesday on TNT. Live.
Yeah.
From Daly's place. There you go.
So, if Cody is doing something, some heel turn, or reforming the 4 Horsemen, who's involved in that?
I'm sorry, say that again one more time.
Cody's been teasing this 4 Horsemen thing. Keeps, not so subtly holding up his fingers.
Yeah.
Saying 4. Who's involved if he's bringing back a 4 Horsemen stable?
Well, they've got Arn Anderson already.
They do have Arn Anderson.
I don't know why he needs a coach, but they have Arn Anderson.
Yeah.
There's Tully. Tully Blanchard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. They've got Tully, and Tully is associated with Cody's old mate, the 10 guy.
Sean Spears, yeah.
Ah.
Just ask Arn. Just ask Tully. I remember that promo with Edge as Ric Flair beating up Robbie E. Or Robert Stone now.
Robbie E.
Yeah. That was just a great segment. Maybe him and Spears are finally teaming up. I guess
Could be.
like the Neo Four Horsemen or something like that. Yeah, maybe, that might be something. I still think he's just gonna backstab somebody, maybe Dustin, and
Oh,
and then we'll have the whole, that's when the four whoever come into play. Because maybe Horseman's trademarked for WWE. We don't know.
yeah. I would think so.
So, what happened on Dynamite here? I know there's a lot of. It felt like I liked the show. A lot of people kind of didn't really tune in. Apparently, NXT crushed him in the ratings this week.
Really?
Yeah.
That's never happened before, is it?
It's only happened twice.
Oh, wow.
So this being the second time. But the way it ended was pretty fucking gnarly, with Orange Cassidy sending Chris Jericho to the table. So you can throw that up on the stream here. Hold on one sec. There we go. Looks like a really cool spot. And now that I know what Orange Cassidy's gimmick is, basically he tries when he's in a high pressure situation, such as his feud with Jericho. Then I get it. I wouldn't mind seeing him go for the title at some point later on down the line, which is something I never thought I would say up until his match with Pac way back when. Yeah, Tony Schiavone, by the way, always looks grumpy on commentary. Just like this is just an observation. I'm not saying he is, but he just always looks unhappy.
It's true, he really does.
Like week after week. Oh yeah, Taz cut a promo. Dude, Taz is such a fantastic promo.
He really is.
Like, what the hell? Where was this, like, in TNA or, like, even on commentary in WWE?
He was fine on commentary in WWE, but he's
true.
He's a huge asset now.
Do you think maybe it's a little too much where it seems like they're building towards Moxley versus Taz as opposed to Cage?
It's a funny one, because when Heyman does it, you don't really want to see Heyman wrestle. When Taz does it, he still kind of looks like a badass.
Yeah.
He always used to be. You kind of think, maybe he's still got something left. So you might be right. There might be some danger there. Maybe Cage should learn how to promo at least a little bit on his own. I don't know. I just enjoy it for what it is right now.
And, also, speaking of tags, Sonny Kiss and Joey Janela tagging up. I don't really... I'm unfamiliar with Sonny Kiss. Apparently this was their first match on Dynamite, which kind of blows me out of the water if you think about it. I think he's had at least one other match. I think it was either like a Battle Royal or like
he was in that first Battle Royal, that Casino Battle Royal on the first show. He wasn't very good in this match.
Well.
Things were missing by a mile. It's just... it seems like it needs more time, maybe, or maybe it's just a bad night. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm impressed.
I think separately, both Sonny Kiss and Janela probably. I'm like on, but as a tag team, it just works. I feel. Maybe I'm wrong on that. The video package definitely hyped me up for that. I'll say that, mainly because it had Lunchables in it.
It did have a lot of Lunchables in it.
I don't know what gas station in the world has that many Lunchables up for sale, but especially at a markup price, most likely. But man. Also, that was the other thing in the press conference that I noticed. First they had the show with Britt Baker in the coal mine. Their commentary. Let me throw this up on the stream there. Wait, no, hold on. It's still Tony. Hold on. Hang on. There we go. We'll do it live, pal. There it is. Yeah, we have this guy, one of the security dudes, along with Reba, which I'm guessing this guy was also the same dude who I believe was in the presser that was quote-unquote earlier in the night. Yeah, right back here. Standing
Oh,
behind.
yeah, okay.
Pulling double duty security duty. There you go. Just a casual observation of that. So.
A casual observation. I mean, that's unbelievable that you've seen a background character twice and thought, wait a minute. Like, I can only see half his face, but I know those eyes.
Yeah.
I'm never not amazed by you, Smooth.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought, I don't know, I thought Dynamite was a pretty good show, especially that Luchasaurus moonsault at the top of the program against Wardlow and all those lumberjacks.
The wacky shooting star. I thought that was too many dives with everyone just standing back up in like a huge huddle waiting for the next one. But the dives were all cool, so okay. It's another one of those times you can just hear JR not wanting to say anything. You can't say anything nice.
Especially if it's a back rake, because he apparently hates those.
Doesn't everyone hate a back rake?
I guess, but he'll never call one because it seems really funky.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the show here. Where is my Windows? There we are. Let me close out of all this. I just sent Beans about an hour ago the Wikipedia sheet. I might have to send him the actual predictions of the 2-night Fyter Fest. I just wanted to let him know that it was 2 nights. We'll hopefully get those filled in before Wednesday, and we'll post them on the Twitter. Keep an eye out for that. Anything else you guys want to add before we get out of here?
No.
Is there anything important? Is there? I really want to end on the Sammy Guevara news. Let's just wrap it up.
All right. We'll be back next week. Enjoy the enjoy something. Find something out there that you can enjoy. It's getting harder by the week. Yeah. If you like something, stick with it. Fight for your dreams. They'll fight for you. Things like that. We'll be back next week. Have a great one, everybody.
Football's pretty good right now, I heard.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
This guy over here. Can't believe this.
I have to get one. I haven't mentioned it
So
on the show.
don't bother with football. Just give up.
Yeah.
Give up on your dreams.
No.
They'll come true anyway.
No. Take care, everybody. See you next week. Good night.